somebody that was kind of a pioneer of a major trend and a major movement during the pandemic, that being the trend of Karens being exposed. And I want to say this woman feels like the first Karen to be exposed. And there's an update with her situation. Woman who called 911 on a black birdwatcher loses wrongful termination suit. Amy Cooper, woman who called 911 on a black birdwatcher in Central Park in 2020, has lost the lawsuit in which she claims her former employer unjustly fired her. Cooper alleged that her employer had discriminated against her based on race and gender, as well as defamed her. Now, for those that don't remember or don't recognize the photo, she is the woman who was wearing a mask, obviously, early pandemic, and the black bird watcher was filming her. She was walking her dog, and there's something specific about her and her dog she was choking the fuck out of her dog. She was choking the life out of the dog while calling 911, falsely accusing, making up fraudulent stories and accusations against this person of color who is out watching birds. The nerdiest thing you could be doing in a park. Comes across a Karen who's literally trying to use race and fabricating stories to try and get this innocent person locked up unjustly. But because we live in a day of technology, he was recording and exposed that he wasn't doing anything, that she was just an insane racist white woman, and exposed a situation that is probably responsible for a cubic fuck ton of black men in prison, because white men and women, we found out both genders of the pale complexion, have the go-to of calling the cops and fabricating a story in order to get somebody locked up who has more melanin in their skin than they do. And since we already know police love to lie about things. Anytime they shoot somebody, all they have to say was, I think he had a gun. And, they're fine. If there's an object around a dead person that was unalived by the police, all the cops have to do is say, I thought that thing was a gun and they were holding it, and I swear they were going to shoot me. I was afraid for my life, even though being a police officer isn't even close to the most dangerous job I can have. Being a delivery driver is far more dangerous to my existence on this planet than being a police officer is. So I had to unalive a guy because I saw a lighter, a vape cartridge, a remote control. So yeah, she lost her lawsuit, which is comical that she used race. I could see gender, sure, she's a woman, okay. But, we saw you. We saw not only are you a horrible person for the fact that you called the police and lied about a situation in order to try and get a black person arrested for whatever reason. You had zero reason to want somebody aside from the fact that you are racist and you just don't think anybody should have rights that isn't white, right? That their existence itself is illegal. So you call the police to fabricate a reason for them to take the freedoms of that person away who you don't deem to be as worthy of life and freedom as you are. Not only are you an asshole and a piece of shit for doing that, but you're also choking the fuck out of your dog. Like, you don't even care about your own pet. And for all the dog owners and dog lovers of the world to watch this Karen choke the life out of her dog while trying to get an innocent black person locked away for falsifying shit. It's like you have layers of horribleness. You are a bad person from many different perspectives. At least she was wearing a mask. On some level, she was... maybe it was just for her own personal protection, but she was at least wearing a mask, I guess. like a mile, and seems like a N95 mask, right? So there, some level of compassion exists within you. You weren't one of the people who were crying about having to wear a mask in order to protect your neighbor for some reason. But you had no problem lying to the police, trying to get somebody's freedom taken away, to try and ruin somebody's life because you felt like it. And then on top of that, you choke the fuck out of your dog. You're just a horrible, disgusting person. But an interesting update. Because it really felt like there was, like after that video, there was a lot. Like the Karen movement was in full effect. And it was one of the biggest forms of entertainment during the pandemic to see all of these Karens, women and men, be exposed for just being the most disgusting grown adults acting like spoiled children. Completely exposed.
New episodes of The Ray Taylor Show come out every single day. Subscribe on YouTube and everywhere our podcasts are found. Binge the full week over at inspireddisorder.com/plus. Buy Ray Taylor Show merch over at inspireddisorder.com. And follow the show on Instagram at Ray Taylor Show. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Peace out!
Today is the day where you wake up and you realize that everything that you've been dreaming about, everything that you've been wanting, every goal and wish and hope that you've ever had can become real. Dreams can come true. What you manifest in your mind, you can bring to reality.